talk about things. Whenever Whitey does something, they're the first ones on the news. How about you come out and talk about how awful and ignorant this type of action is? Why don't you call it stupid and ignorant actions on the part of black people? Why don't you do that?
Well, he's too busy going after old radio guys. Because that's much more important. Because words hurt, Anthony. Remember the pamphlet? Words hurt.
Apparently,
words
that
hurt.
Seems to be
bullets don't hurt. Bullets don't hurt as much as words. That's what I learned.
Talk to the people that were shot.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, are also black people. It's more black on black crime, which just is.
Why isn't he down there
rampant.
speaking? Like, why isn't he down there with a megaphone speaking? Like, why isn't he taking to the streets like he does for every other fucking thing?
Why? Or if he's not speaking, how about you get together with community leaders and discuss this problem and try to come up with a solution to it, like you do whenever a white officer perhaps tunes up a fucking drug fiend or someone with a gun, and you cry police brutality. How about you put together a little blue ribbon commission and talk about this problem, that there's fucking roving gangs running around on Easter in Times Square shooting up the joint.
After they went to the car show.
Yeah, which is a gang magnet.
Which is a gang magnet.
Which I never know.
And they don't even tell us. Thanks. How about you tell Whitey? Because, we need to know these things. Let's go to Jason in Pennsylvania. Jason.
Hey, guys. How are you this morning?
All right, brother.
I kind of have an idea why Bloomberg and all those New York officials aren't telling people to not go to the car show because of this. Because if they don't go, they don't get as much of a kickback.
Well, exactly. It's money. It's revenue. I understand that. But how about just Times Square? How about something where it's like, look out, people.
Because then, then the tourists are going to stop going to the city. They're going to stop doing all the fun stuff around Times Square just because, and then the government won't get their money.
Well, then how about they start rousting? How about they start rousting people and profiling on Easter Sunday?
Hold on.
Knowing who's committing these fucking atrocities.
I like this guy's point. Then what the city has to do, they have a responsibility. They get as many cops at the car fucking show to make sure that there's going to be no problems. If they need the revenue that bad. You can't just let Whitey or anybody else just go to the car show thinking it's a safe environment and having no clue that it's a gang magnet.
I didn't know.
No one knew.
Who knew?
The mayor sucks. Reverend Al sucks. They all suck.
Everyone sucks. No one wants to be honest. No one wants to address real problems. It's a lot easier to address Don Imus saying something that offended no one until someone brought it up.
Yeah, let's go to Mark in South Jersey. Mark.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey,
listen, this problem was happening over in Philly a few weeks ago. The news was referring it as calling a flash mob. And basically what these kids were doing were they were getting together through Facebook, and they were just planning massive attacks on South Street.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
But Philly actually did something about it. They loaded
it's a pillow
up
fight with Glocks,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wonderful.
You've been poked with a hollow point.
Right.
So what did Philly do?
They were reporting it on the news. The news is saying this is a problem. Be careful. The cops were all over the streets. Any kids that were caught doing these flash mobs were being charged with felonies and basically making it very clear. If you guys do this, you're going to get in trouble.
Look, I spent a lot of time in New York and Philly at this point, and I'll tell you this much: Philly doesn't play. They're not as politically correct as New York City.
Yeah.
Simple as that. They don't fuck around as much as, unfortunately, the cops have to here in New York. And I'm not blaming the cops. It goes way above the cops in this city. But in Philly, they don't play at all. At all.
Well, when your city is called Philadelphia, I think you have to
that's what I'm saying.
Exert a little more force.
Yeah, they don't mess around down there,
couple
man.
of pounds of pressure per square inch.
Right.
Per second.
Let's go
I
to
didn't hurt one goddamn do-rag on his head.
Let's go to Reggie. Reggie!
Yo, Reggie.
Anthony, my nigga, what's up, man?
What's up?
How come you weren't at the car show, son?
I wasn't going to the fucking car show.
That would be a place where you would go, though.
I should have known there was going to be a problem a few years back when I noticed that it wasn't as many cars, and it was more a show on how many fucking boombox speakers and
nice.
fucking bass amps you could fit in your fucking trunk.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the car show's turned
they had
into.
Escalades down there, son. They had guns. It was niggas was wilding.
Yeah, I bet it was fucking insane.
Now, Reggie, as a black guy, did you know that a lot of gang activities go on at the car show? Or actually just a gang magnet?
I'm in Boston. I told you, I'm in Boston with the white people, man.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you, Reggie. I'm sorry.
Well, Times Square has been known for years now as being the Disney of Manhattan, you know, the safe place you can go and shop and take pictures and everything. But it is slowly turning now that the budget cuts are coming in and police are being taken off of details and stuff. And you're going to start seeing things like this happening. The guys are back in full force selling their DVDs and their CDs. They go out there and it's like, yo. And they'll hand you a disc of their music, and they'll go, yeah, let me sign that for you. And then they sign it, and there's some rube standing there not knowing what's going to happen. And then the guy goes, hey,
$20.
$20 or $8 or $5 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then they want money for it. And he goes, and then you go, no, I don't want, but I didn't want it. They go, look, I signed it to you, man. It becomes very menacing, and it's passive robbery is what it is. It's passive robbery.
But at least you get a really good album out of it.
Yeah, see, you know what you're getting? A blank disc.
No, you're getting some very good songs.
I don't know how they acquire the blank discs, but it's a blank disc, and then they print out some kind of cover art and slide it into a plastic sleeve, and you get the disc, or a paper sleeve. And then they try to sell this shit to you.
They wouldn't do that because it would hurt their iTunes status.
Would it?
Yes. I'm telling you, I know how these artists work.
Let's go to Tommy in Queens. You know Tommy. Tommy thinks a lot like you, Anthony.
I'm wondering, is there a way
possible
that we can, like entice these gang members around Easter, right? Bring them to an area, whether it be the Javits Center, whether it be a park in Harlem or something, and give them more guns and keep them in there. And maybe they could just shoot each other or teach them to shoot straighter, and this way they could just do away with all of them?
I think if no one's really going to do anything, we should teach the gang members how to shoot more accurately, so more innocent bystanders aren't getting shot. I'm going to start my charity is teach a gang member to shoot, where you take them to the range, you take a gang member to the range, and you teach them the proper grip, the proper stance, and identifying your target.
Run the whole show.
Yeah.
Run the whole show. He loves them.
And that way, if one gang member wants to shoot another gang member, he's on target. He identified his target. He shoots him. He kills him. And then you don't have to worry about grandma getting killed or that. What? What's the matter?
Jimmy could do a comedy show.
What's the matter?
That ain't happening.
Why would I do a comedy show, sir?
Why wouldn't you?
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Why wouldn't you? Come on, stop. You love it.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. Let's go to Greg on Long Island. Greg.
Yeah, you guys say you weren't warned. I was at a Walmart the other day, and they announced it over the field.
Now,
they should have said all white people out of Times Square.
Couple things going on. Very good joke there, sir, but the media spends more attention on some dumb fucking teenager goofing around and having a prank at Walmart instead of real issues.
But it's the fact that the racial angle, like Gant said about the gang, it's like the majority of them are black gang members, and it's not even addressed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's Spanish gang, fine, but we know the majority of them are black gangs, and it's not even said. Nobody says it.
It's not said. 20% in crime. We've had a 20% increase in 2010 so far.
The murder rate so far.
And the murder rate. Oh, and the murder rate.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, violent crime is up as well, but the murder rate in New York City is up 20%.
This happens in recessions. You will see this happen. And now I hear they're going to start pulling cops off of anti-terrorism squads and putting them into crime squads to try to cut back on this. But then we leave ourselves open to terrorism, which is,
Plus, the size of the police force has been shrinking over the last few years.
Yeah. You don't notice when you walk through Times Square, you don't see as many as you did like 5 years ago. It was pretty much every corner had 2 or 3 well-armed police officers standing there in Times Square. Now, not so much.
I blame the mayor and the politicians. They can't even do the right thing for the people.
They're out of money. The state won't give them the money.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Well, we're holding up our end of the bargain. I'll say that every fucking day if I have to. Yeah. What are you doing for us? Oh, you're cutting the police force. That makes sense. That's terrific.
Absolutely.
Let's say hi to Sean in Georgia. Sean.
What's up, O&A?
Hey, brother.
First of all, two quick things. Reverend Al won't say anything to us young black guys because to us he's irrelevant. We don't really care about what the guy has to say.
Well, you know what? You might say that, but he wields a lot of power. And when he shows up at places, the news is there, listening to what he has to say, and he's just silent when these things happen.
They never deny him a spot on TV.
Exactly.
Never. So he's not irrelevant. He's irrelevant to you, but everyone listens to Reverend Al when he decides to talk. So all we're saying is he should talk about real issues that are going on out there instead of some dumb old